Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hopefully everybody is fine and doing good. I'm Zubair Rashid from the channel Crack JKSSB. Today we are going to talk about the syllabus of general teachers, and we're going to explore the horizons of the whole syllabus. We'll look how to approach the exams, how to what to read and what not to read. Uh, Let me start with there are 9 portions which have been entitled in the syllabus itself. So first is verbal ability, second is analytical ability, third is general awareness and current affairs, basics of computer and its usages, fourth environmental science, geography, history, polity and economics. First of all, let us check verbal ability. You see, it's about your language. It's about how good you are with your language and medium. So some keywords have been mentioned in the syllabus. In this portion, articles, verbs, tenses, prepositions, synonyms, antonyms, punctuation, reading comprehension, closed passage, grammar, idioms and phrases have been mentioned. So you need to put more emphasis on these keywords, and questions have been asked more from tenses, questions have been asked from verbs and articles, but all in all you need to check out whole stuff that have been given here, like the keywords, so that you will be able to crack any question if it comes by. So the marks which have been awarded for this portion is 15, and you don't need to go too much into the depth of the whole topic. You just need to be you just need to know things about the topic, so that you can go there and put some effort in your paper, so that you will be able to crack the exam. So second portion is analytical ability. The candidates will be tested primarily on the various cognitive abilities using qualitative reasoning. It has been mentioned here. Okay, the broad areas will include letter series. Letter series is important, but number series and relationship concepts are more important, because questions have been asked from relationship concepts, and concept of speed, time, distance, coding, decoding are important. Coding, decoding is important than every other keyword that has been mentioned here. So you need to put more emphasis on stuff like coding, decoding. You need to put more emphasis on relationship concepts and concept of speed, time, distance. And it's very basic. It's just that you need to practice and spend some more time, put an exuberant effort towards all the keywords that have been mentioned, and hopefully you will be able to solve all the questions which will be asked from these portions. It's very basic, and these marks are like the gifts. Okay, let's move on to the third portion. It's general awareness and current affairs. And as you know, general awareness and current affairs, it constitutes the most important portion of every competitive exam. So your emphasis should be on this. You should be able to um, keep up with the things that are going on. So some of the keywords have been mentioned here: general knowledge of Jammu and Kashmir, India and the world. So various areas to be covered under this section are important dates: first in the world, first in India, first in JK, popular names of personalities, books and authors. It's usual stuff, common stuff. You will find these things in any general knowledge book, and it's up to you. It doesn't matter which book you are reading, it's up to you. What matters is what's your approach towards any exam, what's your strategy towards any exam that will help you in cracking that exam. So don't worry, there are a whole lot of keywords given here in this portion, but you need not to worry about anything. You just need to know the actual stuff. You just need to put emphasis on the smart keywords which have been asked usually. So books and authors, it has been asked, and first in world, first in India, it's not that important. First in JK is important, because you need to know about your own state. um, it's more of national. National awards, international awards, the world of supports various policies and schemes of government of India and the state government and other current events of national and international importance. So state government, you need to study thoroughly, and schemes you should study thoroughly, because schemes have been asked in previous exams, and the content is marks content is 10 marks. So don't be like going into depth of everything. You just need to read roughly about this portion, because it has just 10 marks, and you don't want to spend whole lot of time on thing that has just 10 marks, and ignore other portion. So it is important, but you should be investing your time on other portions too. So fourth portion is basic of computer and its usage. This section will cover various facets of computer hardware, software, internet, and their usage in professional life. The broad areas will be fundamentals of computer, memory, operating systems, MS Office, internet browsers, and other emerging trends in digital India. So it's very basic, and you will be aware about all this. I know that you'll be aware about all the stuff that's asked in this portion. It's very basic, so let's not talk about. Let's move on to it has 10 marks. Let's move on to environmental science. This section will cover the study of environment and discover solutions to environmental problems. Topics included will be climate change, natural resources, energy. This is important. Environment, it constitutes one of the important portions of any competitive exam, and questions have been asked from environment thoroughly. So, and it's very basic. You can go and you can read about these topics, and you can go and solve these questions without any much without any ruckus. So climate change, natural resources, energy pollution, environmental issues, interaction of plants and animals, living and non-living components of the environment formation. It's very basic, and ecosystem and the biotic, abiotic components of ecosystem. These things have been asked, and it's same here. Living, non-living components on environmental formation, structure and history of Earth. So very basic in nature. You should be able to solve these sort of questions. Impact of it. It's just that you need to practice things. You need to invest some time, spend some time with pure dedication, and hopefully you will be able to crack everything. So it carries 10 marks. Environmental issues on our health and social lives, etc. These are day-to-day things, and we come across these things on day-to-day basis. So more and more we will be able to know about all this stuff from the basic thing. So let's move on to geography. Geography studies the earth in relation to mankind. Okay, that we know. Knowledge of geography is essential for business, trade, commerce, agriculture, industry, navigation, military operations, etc. Geography influences the economic, social, and cultural life of nation. The topics, okay, this is important. Cover aspects of physical, social, and economic geography of India. Other areas from world geography will cover areas like conservation and protection of forests, national zoological parks, and wildlife sanctuaries, and mountain ranges, continents, oceans, important cities, lakes, capital, rivers, river systems. Okay, islands of the world. Needless to say, geography of geography will also figure. Okay, this is important. Geography of Jammu Kashmir will also figure, because this is state based exam, and more questions will be asked from Jammu and Kashmir geography. So need not to worry about this portion, because physical, social, and economic geography is known to us. Other world geography, you need to cover some of the topics: conservation and protection of forests, national and zoological parks and wildlife sanctuaries, mountain range, continents. You'll find these things on any general knowledge book. And if you want to read thoroughly about it, just go to Google and type the word, and just read the first portion first. First couple of lines up from Wikipedia. That's enough for this exam. So it carries 15 marks, and emphasis should be on this because it has 15 marks, and 15 means a lot. So moving on to history. See, history is not going to change. History is not going to change in the course of 1 or 2 days. The purpose of historical inquiry is not simply to present facts but to search for an interpretation of the past. Topics include, this section will be modern India history, major dynasties that ruled over Indian subcontinent. Okay, this starts from Mughal. Revolt of 1857. It's important. Questions have been asked from Revolt of 1857, and it's expected that some of them will be asked here too. Cause and effects. Read it thoroughly. Study about it thoroughly because it's going to be asked in the exam for sure. Rise of national movement. So it's in ambit of Revolt of 1857. Factors, important dates, historical events. Important dates, I'm not sure. Historical events, a couple of them will be asked. In Quit India movement, independence and partition of India, etc. The history of post-independence will also be covered. So the emphasis should be on keywords like Revolt of 1857, causes and effects, rise of national movement, factors, important dates, and historical events. Quit India movement, if it has been mentioned here, that means that question will be asked from Quit India movement. Independence and partition of India, questions will be asked from post-independence India too. So like geography, it carries 15 marks. So check this portion thoroughly and try to remember things. It's not that you need to remember every date and every filthy thing out there. It's just that you need to remember the events. Dates will come by themselves. So moving on to polity. Political science, as we know, empowers us to be well informed as active citizens. Gives us okay, this is written here. Let's move on to the keywords. Topics included under this section are Indian Constitution, Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. This is important because we don't know about this portion. We haven't read thoroughly the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. So get some sources and read about Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. Questions will be asked from this portion. It's very important. Important events in post-independence scenario, and it's ambit of polity. So it will include laws. It will include articles and stuff. Parliament of India and its functions. It's very basic. You need to just buy some book and read about this, or you can even read about this on internet, and it will be very helpful. State legislatures, different forms of governments. So we have been reading about different forms of governments through our high school. Elections, very basic in nature. Constitutional bodies, the UNO and other affiliated bodies, SAC, ASEAN, etc. So you need to this portion is the marks gaining portion. This polity portion, it carries 15 marks, and most of the topics that have been mentioned here, except for a couple of them, we know about them, we have read about them. So you need to thoroughly read this, and it will be helpful in gaining marks in exams. Moving on, then the ninth portion is economics. Okay, we know what economics is, and it has been mentioned economics helps us to study how the okay let's skip this. Move on to the topics. Topics have been mentioned under these keywords. Meaning, scope, and methodology. Okay, concept of economic growth and its measurement, 5-year plans, inflation and deflation. This is important. This is very important. Questions have been asked from inflation and deflation in the past, and it's understandable that questions will be asked again. 5-year plan is it's very dry, but you need to remember the unique features, important features of this thing. Maybe question will be asked from this. Concept of national income. It's a bit confusing. It creates pandemonium and chaos, but you will be able to understand this stuff and read it. Niti Aayog, question will be asked from this. Economic policies of Government of India, taxes, subsidies, and globalization, etc. Okay, this carries 15 marks. It's more of practical. If you will check this out thoroughly, it will be very helpful to you in ambit of scoring marks, gaining marks. there are portions in every syllabus where you can gain marks with your dedication. Verbal ability is one of them, analytical ability is one of them. Then coming to polity portion and economic portion, these are the portions should be helpful to you in gaining marks. So this is the syllabus that has been prescribed for this general teachers exam. um, I would suggest that select some specific book and don't go into depth of into horizons of everything. Just get some information about the topic, and it will be very helpful in your exams. And don't get into the state of stress and confuse yourselves enamored of everything. It's just an exam, and you need to be dedicated towards your preparation. And if you're doing so, then you'll be able to crack and go through this exam very easily. You need not to worry them. It's just that you need to be very honest with yourselves. Thank you so much for staying with me. I will be back with another video on how to prepare for this, which topic to skip, which topic to read thoroughly. I'll be back with another video. I hope this video will be helpful to you in isolating things which are not important. So thank you so much. Stay blessed, and do share, subscribe, and like this video. If you have any suggestions, you can message us right here, or you can comment below, and we will get in contact with you. Thank you so much.